There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay.
Hi guys, so good afternoon and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. There is a bit of chaos under the air, and um, uh, that's why we're doing a little bit of change. But for now, let's focus on, you know, what needs to be done. So it's Wednesday, and it's 12:37 in the afternoon. It's August 28th, 2024. Okay, so I hope everything finally, everything resolves on its way naturally. Kasi maraming kumakalaban sa akin, girl. Just kidding. So, ayan. Let's start. So, your uniqueness at birth is a marker of this necessary diversity to the degree that you cultivate and express it to you as if to you are fulfilling a vital role. Our times might emphasize equality, which we then mistake for the need for everyone to be the same. But what we really mean by this is the equal chance for people to express their differences, to let a thousand flowers bloom. Your vocation is more than the work that you do. It is intimately connected to the deepest part of your being and is a manifestation of the intense diversity in nature and within human culture. In this sense, you must see your vocation as eminently poetic and inspiring. So, some 2,600 years ago, the ancient Greek poet Pindar wrote, "Become who you are by learning who you are." What he meant is the following: you are born with a particular makeup and tendencies that mark you as a piece of faith. It is who you are to the core. Some people never become who they are. They stop trusting in themselves and they conform to the tastes of others. And they end up wearing a mask that hides their true nature. If you allow yourself to learn who you really are by paying attention to that voice and force within you, then you can become what you are fated to become, an individual, a master. So we have here a strategies for finding your life's task. So the misery that oppresses you lies not in your profession but in yourself. What man in the world would not find his situation intolerable is if he chooses a craft, an art, indeed any form of life without experiencing an inner calling. Whoever is born with a talent or to a talent must surely find in the most pleasing of occupations. Everything on this earth has its difficult sides. Only some inner drive, pleasure, love can help us overcome obstacles. Prepare a path and lift us out of the narrow circle in which others tread out their anguish, miserable existence. So that was from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe or Goethe. So it might seem that connecting to something as personal as your inclinations and life's tasks would be relatively simple and natural once you recognize their importance, but in fact, it is the opposite. So, that's the opposite. Wait lang, guys. It requires a good deal of planning and strategizing to do it properly. Since so many obstacles will present themselves, the following 5 strategies illustrated by stories of masters are designed to deal with the main obstacles in your path over time, the voices of others infecting you. fighting over limited resources, choosing false paths, getting stuck in the past, and losing your way. Pay attention to all of them because you will almost inevitably encounter each one in some form. Okay, so we have the first section, which we are going to read now. Return to your origins, the primal inclination strategy. Listen up. Makinig muna kayo, guys. So, for masters, their inclination often presents itself to them with remarkable clarity in childhood. Sometimes it comes in the form of a simple object that triggers a deep response. When Albert Einstein was 5, his father gave him a compass as a present. Instantly, the boy was transfixed by the needle, which changed direction as he moved the compass about. The idea that there was some kind of magnetic force that operated on this needle, invisible to the eyes, touched him to the core. So, I just remember there is a place, I'm not really sure where is that. Hindi ko alam kung nasa Croatia or nasa Ecuador or somewhere in there. Where when you stand up, parang maririnig mo yung echoes of the world. Basta parang siya yung nasa midpoint ng planet natin. So, since sobrang pa yan, since we are being programmed, since we are kids, so we really can't tell what shape, what form are we in, diba? So, kasi maraming narratives about that. So, it depends on you what kind of truth are you going to believe in. Diba? Basta there's a place like that, siguro, nasa bucket list ko yun. In the future. So, ayan. I just wanna experience being there. So, I hope na bata pa tayo na nandun, no? Hindi na yung age na. So, what if there were other forces in the world equally invisible yet equally powerful, ones that were undiscovered or not understood? So, para naman hindi kayo mga pa kung saan yun, hinanap ko na siya, guys. So, it is a place called Center of Universe. If you talk while standing inside the circle, you'll hear an echo of your own voice, whereas nobody will able to hear a single word outside the circle. So, sobrang amazing, no? So, it's like all your secrets could be, there. Yeah. So, let's read a bit of it. Sa susunod, kwentuhan ko kayo. But for now, wala tayong masyadong time. So, for the rest of his life, all of his interests and ideas would revolve around the simple question of hidden forces and fields. And he would often think back to the compass that had sparked the initial fascination. When Marie Curie, sobrang famous nito na if you are a good student or somehow a listening student, you don't need to be good. Syempre naman, dapat familiar kayo kay Marie Curie. So the future discoverer of radium was 4 years old. She wandered into her father's study and stood transfixed before a glass case that contained all kinds of laboratory instruments for chemistry and physics experiments. She would return to that room again and again to stare at the instruments, imagining all sorts of experiments she could conduct with these tubes and measuring devices. Years later, when she entered a real laboratory for the first time and did some experiments herself, she reconnected immediately with her childhood obsession. So, it's like that, right? So, we have certain, what do you call this? Things that we do, hobbies that we do when we are still a kid, diba? And when we are growing up, nakakalimutan natin siya because of, sometimes our reality is like slapping from left and right. And you're programming from the environment you're in and your parents, your family, all of those things. So, may mga nakakalimutan tayong certain passion or obsessions. But, once we were redirected to that path again, nanunumbalik siya. So, ito nga, si Marie Curie. So, she knew she had found her vocation. Ba yan guys? Sakatin ng ilong ko. When the feature film director Ingmar Bergman was 9 years old, his parents gave his brother for Christmas a cinematograph, a moving picture machine with strips of film that projected simple scenes. He had to have it for himself. He traded his own toys to get it, and once it was in the possession, he hurried into a large closet and watched the flickering image it projected on the wall. So, medyo yung makaluma to, no? So, if you know, yung mga pina-flash na like, certain pictures, the sobrang, medyo malaki pa yung machine. Okay? I mean, yung photographic. Tama ba? Basta yung machine na gamit sa photography. So it seemed like something had magically come to life each time he returned it on. To produce such magic would become his lifelong obsession. Okay, sometimes this inclination becomes clear through a particular activity that brings with it a feeling of heightened power. As a child, Martha Graham felt intensely frustrated by her inability to make others understand her in a deep way. Words seemed inadequate. Then one day she saw her first dance performance. The lead dancer had a way of expressing certain emotions through movement. It was visceral, not verbal. She started dance lessons soon thereafter and immediately understood her vocation. So, you just gotta find it. Like, yung gut feeling where you need to be, where you gotta go. So you just need to figure that out. Kaya nga, it is really the best thing to know who you are as a person. Kasi you'll then figure out things after you know yourself so well. You will listen to it. Diba? So, ang advice ko sa inyo is listen to yourself and listen to your body. What is good for you might not good for everyone, but syempre, to reach the highest frequency of authenticity, diba? So you gotta find your way here, and of course I trust you that you'll finally be able to know which direction you will go. Okay, so don't worry about that, guys. I'm here for you to support you and all. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. I will see you later. Bye.
Down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and